This dragon army is going to be my favorite strategy after the Eternal Tome nerf, so let's dive in and see how this Eternal Tome cannot affect it too much. Alright guys, here we are on the first attack, and now I'm bringing you every single base style possible in Legends League. So first we have a core town hall with double invisibility, something that it's been going around for a long time kind of, but it comes, in the early Legends. Sometimes pro players use it at the end, but one thing you may have noticed is we don't have a queen. And a lot of people always tell me, well, it's so hard to get the sweepers to activate Invis towers if you don't have a giant arrow or even a skeleton spell. This video I'm bringing you two different styles of double invisibility, so you can see there is literally no issue. I'm freestyling this plan and I'm doing the most average RC walk. Literally, I'm not even timing anything. I'm making mistakes just like anyone in Legends League that is doing this army like for the first time ever. So we have the RC kind of making a nice funnel on the left hand side, and for the equipment I'm running the healing tome because we always try to pop the warden ability later and as late as possible. And one thing that is important for you to have is the snake bracelet with the king. The Million Prince equipment does not matter that much because he's just good with that, kind of, I would say, the frost ability, and then he has other equipments, but it doesn't matter which one you honestly choose for. So we got one funnel. Now the only funnel left is of course the king siege barracks, and then we want to have an inferno dragon in between them. Minion Prince, here you can see I have the metal pants. Actually no, it's not a metal pants, it's iron, noble iron, so he can shoot those early defenses quickly. For example, you're diving into an air defense, he can really take down air defense quickly, and then your dragons won't have to take so much damage. Look at the rage warden ability, and you can see how everything is still inside the warden. We're not blimping, nothing is moving outwards when we pop the warden. We're not popping the warden too late so dragons split. This is the entire army. So now we can go with the Million Prince ability because he can activate the other invisibility tower. And now look at this. We had rocket loons coming and loons from the clan castle. These come in front of your dragon, so they can really be helpful to try and get a lot of value and a lot of tanking done. One other thing about this rocket loon and loon CC is that you can use the kind of troop thrower and get those loons in front of the dragons really well, but it's base depending, and I don't think I have an example of that in this video, so we're just mostly gonna use that siege barracks. You can see how we got wall breakers, we got headhunters, we got ice golems, and about the furnace I will talk more on the other attacks, but this is a double invisibility core town hall base that we got. I have, as I said, every single base style so you can get to know how to take them down. So next up we have a double poison core town hall, something that a lot of you see it, and this is that base that is very common. So a lot more talking about the RC, we're having that earthquake basically sometimes whenever the defenses are way too close to each other, so we can use the earthquake with that rocket spear at the beginning. So now the RC is gonna go get some values. Don't worry if the fox dies, it is what it is. We're not trying to get half the base, okay? It's not like as important. You just need a good funnel and a lot of major defenses, and obviously Town Hall 17 gives you that much value. So you can see we're gonna go with the invisibilities whenever the defenses are taking slight bit of damage. For example, notice the scatter, we're gonna run past it. Notice that poison tower, we're gonna again run past it. The air defense, same goes to that, but then of course it's a bit lower HP, so you will automatically run past it anyway. Wizard tower, we again gonna run past it. Going to the archer tower, this is why I didn't run past, because we need to get the archer tower and the RC is slowed down by the poison tower. So now I just leave the RC. In this attack I want to show you how crazy powerful the army is, because we're gonna skip the town hall. So a lot of people tell me like, oh my god, what happens on these bases when you skip town hall and you go around the base? It's always gonna be a 1-star. Guys, because the army has so much power, it's not gonna be a 1-star. Look at this Million Prince crushing that ricochet cannon quickly so the dragons move forward to the enemy queen and move forward more. We're basically diving into sweepers, and the sweepers are just pushing us away from the town hall. Now the furnace, what I do is I always drop it in one of the corners of the base so it can give some value. You can see it's just simply funneling for us for the future perspective. Whenever we reach that area, there is nothing more to run past it, so it gives us a chance for a few dragons to move towards those fire spitters. King and the snake bracelet doing absolutely amazing. You can take down Teslas, air defenses, you can do whatever you want with the spiky ball. And notice this, we got the dragon on the monolith. I think it's going to take it out, maybe. Okay, yeah, it did. And then we just skip town hall. It doesn't matter, you got so many dragons and the minion prince kind of alive till the end to try to get the town hall, so you don't necessarily have to worry about no blimps. You don't have to worry about your champion going like having a weird invis drop for the champion to dive into the town hall and invest like 5 or 4 invis alone on the town hall. Don't even worry, don't even plan too much. Just pop the world champion ability in an area where there's so many major defenses. Sometimes you can pop it for the RC itself, as in funnel wise, and then you can just dive into the base with the invis and use the earthquake later through the attack, and of course the RC walk. Now we got this based on, it was a double poison core town hall base. Next up, I'm going to show you what happens on a double invis town hall. So another double invis, but this time it's a diamond. So these bases, a lot of people say, well, it's really toxic, you can't RC walk the town hall because if it goes invisible, look how far the RC will go, and then you can't kind of go for the core, right? So this is why this army is very good. It's because the rocket sphere will give you the value that you would have gotten if you went to the base and invested, I would say, 3 invisibilities or even 4. But the rocket sphere can give you that, and then the RC can move forward, so you can start using the invis after that. This way the RC choose one side to go for, and then you can kind of adjust to the way you want your plan to go kind of in the future. And look at this, we're gonna go through this wizard tower, and one thing I'm gonna do is whenever the RC is close by taking down the expo, we're gonna make things invisible. And look at the skeleton trap. Because it would have pulled my RC away too much, I tried to pull an archer so it comes to the RC and die, and now we can go into the core. Don't worry if it's an invis tower core, it can always come back to it, like you can always go back to it. Plus, you activated it, that's enough. Obviously you can do the same with minion prints, but we're just simply gonna get a few things in the core and even the spell tower in the core with simply maneuvering our RC around the base, trying to get the best value possible. Once this funnel is set, all you need is a baby or an inferno dragon in between your king and siege barracks. I tried to pull the queen outside of the wall so we don't invest the wall breaker, and this is where of course we're gonna have that kind of well, furnace, because the other side had a monolith and a king. Furnace is not gonna do much. So the minion prince here, of course the ability is just gonna go to the outside. It doesn't matter too much, at least it's getting those high HP buildings so the dragon doesn't have to go through them. Plus we're going behind one of these kind of fire spitters, which is very good. Notice this base also had 4 air expos, so we're kind of going to struggle slightly with this. But one thing is for sure, I really wanted to keep the warden because I saw my dragons may have split, because we're trying to make it as close as update like possible. If I pop the warden, some of the dragons would have split and you would be in the comments like, oh well, you know, it's a good warden ability anyway. So I tried to kind of even swag it. Notice the minion prince ability is like a giant arrow. It can activate the invisibility towers if you did not know it. So now everything is with the warden. You can see how after the update this would work exactly the same because everything is exactly saying where it is. So inside the eternal tome and warden following the dragons. This is where the base getting absolutely wrecked. Just watch out for time. Time can be one of your enemies, and of course you just need to quickly start the attack. I would suggest you this: once your RC is around like 2 invisibility left, you already have an idea of how much of the base is left, so you need to start quickly. So TK, how do we take down these double rage heavy core and basically diamond-ish bases? Well, I'm gonna give you this tip. Go for that little singular defense. Don't go for like rage towers because obviously they're mostly baited. Plus you have warden ability for the first rage tower and minion prince ability for the second rage tower, so you don't need a rage tower with your RC charge. So many people think you need to get it, and it's very heavily, like absolutely needed. It's really not, guys. And in this attack, we're not even gonna get too much value. All we're gonna get is a little bit of funnel and the town hall itself. So we're gonna go to the town hall, 6 invisibilities, just simply drop them back to back, because of course Fox usually dies in this army. I tried to put the Phoenix on the RC, and trust me, it doesn't work that well. Sometimes the clan castle or enemy heroes go close to it, so the Phoenix gets a bit what do you call it, like wasted. And the Phoenix on the minion prince is just one of the best hero pets on the minion prince, if not the best. So we have the RC kind of going through it, getting the defenses so the dragons doesn't have to go too much to the core. And now again, this is where you can see I already like remove my eyes from the RC and start with the King Siege Barracks, start with a baby dragon or Inferno dragon, and then going with the main army. Gonna delay the minion prince a bit because we need his ability to kind of hit these Teslas, expos, Infernos. Look at the furnace beautifully here, and yes, it was in the mortar shot, so I had to go with that Inferno dragon. Just delay the warden ability slightly so you reach the rage tower, and you're gonna see what I do here with the ice golem, because this ice golem would be really good. And look at the warden ability, nothing is splitting, so it's same way it will be after the update. So this is where you can see the dragons will then go to the core, find some traps. The ice golem was really good on the outside, making sure nothing hits us, getting the enemy queen, and my king is somehow inside the base for some reason, I don't know how. Dropping a headhunter for the enemy minion prince. We got 3 loons, we can take down a wizard tower, why not? And minion prince ability, absolutely beautiful for the back end defenses. As I said, the strategy, I made so many different adjustments regarding every single base style in Legends. Sometimes I was like, oh my god, I needed an ice golem here. I wish I had it instead of like a dragon. I needed one more headhunter for this base, for example. I needed a bit of more funnel in the corner with like a furnace or like anything else. Inferno dragons, you can see they're still alive. They can take down entire heroes for you. They can really take down so much. And I know this attack was a bit more closer just simply because the RC ability and the value from her wasn't too much, but still another triple. So next base, we're gonna go and see a double poison diamond. Up next, we have a double poison diamond, of course, and you can see we're gonna go with this entire area, and it's kind of like what do you call it, like the hero hall in front. So make sure you drop the RC exactly in front of the hero hall so the fox doesn't move forward and die. This is important. So many people might have dropped the kind of RC a bit more angled if they wanted to, I don't know. But now we're gonna kind of go with an RC charge. This is the good thing about this RC charge, is that you got extra invis. You can maneuver the RC like twice even. You can make sure she goes in, you can make sure that she goes out and then go back in. It's so fun. So it's simply not even defendable because you can just invis something and the RC will redirect. So now I'm gonna be slightly greedy, which I don't suggest you to do, because going into a core, you cannot make things invisible very late. So you need to kind of not be greedy, and I was a bit greedy at the start, so that's why we lost the fox and everything. Now we're just gonna simply get more value. But look at this. This is what I said, you can redirect her twice to get good value and smart defenses like a poison tower being like done. It's insanely important. So baby dragon again in between the king, so in case there is a Tesla somewhere we missed, I know we went through it with RC, but in case we missed it, the king doesn't go back. Furnace, Inferno dragon, and now this is where we have another Inferno dragons to funnel our kind of main army, going with the dragons and the warden, just again delaying the minion prince slightly so his ability will go to a major defense like the single Inferno, for example, and crushing it from here and there. Now the only important thing here now is how to get the town hall. Obviously we're just freestyling. Ice golem beautifully made sure that Inferno is kind of frozen. Now look at this, warden again will follow every dragon, so exactly same thing will happen after the update. Nothing in these attacks are going to be changed like regarding this warden ability. We had a very good minion prince ability, Inferno dragons, to get some more funnel on another corner of the base. King somehow is still with green HP, going through single Infernos and Teslas, expos and ricochet cannon. I'm telling you, look at this, it's crushing. This army is literally the perfection a dragon perfection army if you didn't want to like use a Yeti clone. It's really good. I know a lot of you may have kind of be used to Yeti clones, using to kind of drop that Yetis on the town hall, even cloning them. But trust me, when you use this army, you're gonna be like, oh my days, it works really well. Last hit, we got a double rage heavy box base. So I know you guys been waiting for this. What about these bases? Town hall is spread out, it's separated than the base. Monolith is separated than the base. What is happening? We're gonna show you. So we have an RC kind of ability going very early, and you can see I didn't use an earthquake here because it's wizard towers and bomb towers, doesn't matter too much. Using the earthquake so it kind of damaged the base itself where we are diving into, because there is more major defenses. So now all you need to do, get this area and get out of it. Once you do, just make sure the RC and the Fox are invisible in decent amount of time. Of course, because you're not gonna recall the RC, the Fox dying is not the biggest issue, so don't worry about being slightly greedy. Look at this Invis drop. Skipping the Inferno once the scatter is low, skipping the scatter and the rage tower. Once the ricochet cannon goes low, gonna skip the ricochet cannon. This is something that you don't really see often because of the way the RC kind of electro boots got a nerf, as in damage wise, but it still works to the perfection. Look at this, we're getting so much value out of this RC walk. Now the area that is less damage and the rage tower that we got, we're gonna go with ice golem, king, and of course like just things that will protect these little push through the entire base. Inferno dragon on the left side, and look at this again, 4 air expos on this base too, so I can't freely drop an Inferno dragon in corners. Going with the minion prince ability of course on the top side to try to get these defenses done and dusted. It actually did splash through the enemy queen, which was the craziest part. So now we're gonna drop a baby dragon so we don't go too off target. All you need to do is a few dragons to go with your warden inside the core, and if they don't, you still got the minion prince ability. Popping that minion prince ability because I don't know what's gonna happen, but notice my warden again, it's still following every single dragons to the perfection. So this army is gonna work exactly the same after the update, because the way warden follows the dragons because of the funnel the RC made. This is where the base, it doesn't matter. Like, we did not care about the town hall because the town hall area doesn't have too much damage. You can literally finish on the last defense in the game. But let's see, actually it's gonna be a builder hut, I think. Yes, okay, you got me there. The builder hut is gonna be the last defense. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know down below what you think, and the army link will be down below in the description, and use code BLUE if you want to purchase anything in the Supercell store. Hopefully again you guys enjoyed this. See you soon tomorrow. Take care and peace.